Chad, it's been a while since we talked about Pooh Shiesty, so I said let's go ahead and give an update. I was going through some Reddit stuff, right? And so I'm 110% sure Pooh Shiesty is doing exactly about 12 years, and here's why. I've been tracking the Dallas kidnapping case since the FBI raid on his family home last week, and the news from the detention hearing on April 8th makes the outcome pretty obvious. Everyone hoping for a quick free Shiesty needs a reality check. Here's the math on how he's serving a flat 12 years. I think he'll do a lot longer than 12 years due to the fact that he just got out of prison. If this was his first case or this was his first time getting in trouble, probably I could see 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 years. The fact that he just got out of prison and he went right back to the streets and right back to robbing and he went to prison the first time for a robbery. So now he came and robbed a rapper and made him sign a contract and had a Draco with a whole team and it was planned. Now it's looking a lot crazier. So me personally, I think he's going to do at least 20. Evidence is strong. They got him on surveillance, witness statements from the victims at the studio, and they're tying it all into an AK-style pistol. The feds don't bring kidnapping and robbery charges unless they have the receipts. And that's why I said that he's cooked. Because if this was the police just arresting a nigga, he probably get off because you can beat the police with money. You can beat the state with money. You ain't seen nobody beat the feds other than Young Boy, and I was barely, and it wasn't no crazy case like this. You know what I'm saying? The supervised release trap. Shiesty just got out in October of 25. He was still in a residential reentry facility in Dallas, due to be there until tomorrow. By allegedly pulling this move in January, he didn't just catch new charges, he caught a massive violation of probation. Even if he fought the kidnapping and won, the violation of probation alone carries years of back time. So that's what I was saying too. Even if he beat the whole case, he's still going to go do 4-5 years because he violated his probation. The plea deal factor. He's facing life for federal kidnapping. His lawyer, Bradford Cohen, is good, but even he can't make an AK-style pistol at a contract sign and disappear. The only move is to take a plea to drop the life possibility. In the Northern District of Texas, a good deal for this level of violence, plus his prior record lands right in the 10 to 15 year range. I think that's being lenient, bro. You got millions and millions and millions of dollars. You one of the biggest gangster rappers in the world. You just came home and dropped the first day out that went gold and platinum and hit the charts and shit. Who wants to go do 26 all the way to 36 in prison for nothing? You didn't even get nothing out of this. The specifics. When you factor in the conspiracy, the robbery, and the gun charge, 12 years is the standard federal sweep spot for a plea deal that satisfies the prosecutor and lets him eventually see home. I think he getting 20, bro. I think they gonna go for 20 because the feds are about to start making an example out of these rappers. It's happening right now with All-Star JR. I think they're going to come down hard on J. Prince Jr. and them. I think they just going to wait until J. Prince Jr. tell on himself a little bit more. But I think the feds coming to get J. Prince. I think the feds is coming to get all the Chicago niggas. I think the feds is coming to get Pooh Shiesty, Lil Durk. I'm surprised they ain't came and got YNW Melly. Maybe they can't, but I think the feds is going to try to make an example out of all these wannabe gang rappers that run around, shoot niggas, and think it's cool. I think the feds going to make an example, and that's the reason why I don't think he going to get anywhere close to 12. I think he'll get 25. He'll be lucky to get 20 years. If he get 12 years, God is with him, nigga. He got the biggest blessing. You know what I'm saying? But who want to be in a position like that? Yeah, I got off light, man. They gave me 12 years. I finna walk that shit down. No, you're not. No, you're not. 12 years, nigga, that's kindergarten to senior year in high school. Like, you probably don't even know your kindergarten teacher name, nigga. 12 years ago, I was 15, bro. Like, that shit ain't no joke, boy. That's a long ass time. He not dodging this one like NBA Youngboy. This is a different beast. I 100% agree. 12 is lenient. I say he gonna do 17 and a half. He gonna get 17 and a half and do 15 years. I would say 15 years is probably the absolute least he could possibly get. There is no evidence that he had a gun. That's the thing. It all depends on who cooperates. They already cooperated, bro. The studio has surveillance cameras that record. Just because it hasn't been told to everybody doesn't mean that it's not on video, because it's on recorded video. That's another thing that y'all don't understand about the feds. The feds don't come out. When they had first arrested Lil Durk, they had a certain amount of evidence. And then I came on here and said they probably not telling us all the evidence. And then y'all said they can't do that. Yes, they can. They don't have to give you all the evidence right here, right now. You know what I'm saying? It's going to slowly start coming, just like the David case. You know, it's going to slowly start being more and more evidence presented in court. More and more, more and more, more and more. Like, they're not just going to show you all the evidence right hand. That's like showing their hand. The studio has, they already came out and said they have no video evidence that he had a gun. That's coming from the feds. The Tiny Jake video said there's no physical evidence. They haven't physically recovered any weapons or stolen items. That was strictly about Big 30 and Lontrell Sr. That was said in their bond hearing. Feds don't have that much evidence. The only way Pooh gets a lot of time is if Gucci himself takes the stand. Gucci don't need to take the stand. Y'all, that's where y'all got it fucked up. If he only robbed Gucci, then they would need Gucci to take the stand. If Gucci was the only person in that studio, then yes, Gucci would have to take the stand. Gucci is not the only person in there, and he's not the only person that got robbed, which means that there are other victims in this case. They don't need Gucci to rob, they don't need Gucci, bro. They do not need Gucci. Gucci don't have to say a motherfucker thing. First of all, he's already cooperated. So even if Gucci don't take the stand, they already have his sworn statement. Second of all, them other niggas that they robbed, them white boys, they coming on there happily. Happily. They gonna tell the police everything happily. They can't find any of the weapons, can't find the contract he was forced to sign, don't have no video evidence of Shiesty with a gun, and the off-duty cop was outside of the room when the robbery took place. I said it's up to Gucci for real, because them other dudes was in the middle room watching the game. But they did push Gucci and the other two dudes on the couch, and then the other two armed security guards were trying to get in. Gucci said he was outgunned. They thought they was finna die for real. Pooh Shiesty P.O. called him while he was up there and told him that they know of his whereabouts and are calling to tell him he needs to go home. That was the most critical moment of the case, and any criminal activity he did after that sealed everybody that was involved fate. At that moment, law enforcement was involved. People have gotten life sentences just because they were spotted at the scene of a murder with no good alibi, even no weapon found, just a witness. That's what I said too. Like, if there's people who literally went to jail there's people in jail right now that didn't do it. There's people in prison right now that they homie the one did the murder. They just didn't want to snitch, and they in prison right now. They got found guilty of the murder. They doing 30 years. There's a lot of people in there. So if that happened, what makes you think the feds won't get him? That's all I'm saying. Like, the feds can do whatever the fuck they want to do, folks. You know what I'm saying?